Hey you guys, RandomMan784 here, and today I'm bringing you the greatest challenge I have ever had. Now, the person I'm going up against is very, very dangerous, very well known, and honestly, he is just a beast at training. He knows how to EV train with the best of them, and he knows how to breed with the worst of them. I'm kidding, he's just a very great trainer. As most of you probably have known, I've said this many times, my inspiration came from this trainer. His name, Necrostevo, the Big Kahuna. And yeah, now as you can see, he is rocking the sand team. I'm rocking the sun team. What up? And in the middle of that little crazy rant there, let's look at the threats. Okay, the big threats on his team are Hydreigon and me, Hydreigon. Just because mainly I am afraid of the dragon typing and what it may hold for me in the future, but Gensect is also a threat because of the grass types on my team, which are there to mainly counter sand. Well, this is the sun team that I really just made a few days ago, so yeah. Without further ado, I think it's time we jump into the game. Okay, now I'm expecting him to just want to set up the weather as quickly as possible, which means the Powdon should come in first. And it does, which is why I send in himself. Oh yeah, I send himself in. So now he's up against his very own little Pokemon version of people. And I go for the Giga Drain, not trying to overpredict, just trying to get in as much damage as I can here. Because that Powdon's main resource is just its Sandstream ability. So yeah. Now that that's all together, and he sets up his rocks, which do play a decent role, as they do in any battle, because, well, entry hazards are always good. But yeah. He's gonna get his recovery, and now it is time for him to switch out, because he just doesn't want me to win the weather war this early in the game. And that is very, very helpful. So now he goes into Globez, or I butchered that name. As I go for the Giga Drain. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce any of the names. But yeah, I go for the Giga Drain, just not really trying to overpredict. And we both get buffeted by his Sandstorm, which is very good. And I'm gonna go for the he's gonna go for the Stab Dragon Pulse, which is going to bring me down to 96 HP. Which is just going to do a lot. No, 98. As I go for Sludge Bomb, which is stabbed and Life Orb, and in this range it should kill, and it does, which is amazing. That is one big threat just gone. But now my life just starts depleting. It just starts turning against me. It looks like I have just no time to live. As he goes into Gensect. Gensect does get download here, and he will be getting a +1. I think it's +1, yeah. +1 attack as he U-turns out, and that is going to be one very, very dead Necrostevo. So he just kind of killed himself, which is not chill. How could you kill yourself, bro? Not good. But yeah, now he's going to go into his physically offensive Terrakion named Baron, and I'm going into my Celebi just to kind of scare him out. Now expecting to switch, I will go for the T-Wave just to kind of tag in whatever he wants, and he is going to go into Geneva. Which is his Reuniclus, which is getting tagged with the T-Wave, so that's really good. That's helpful. And yeah, now I'm gonna go straight for the Leaf Storm here, not really trying to overpredict or anything, just trying to do a little bit of damage here. And that is going to be a lot of damage, a very large chunk of damage on him. Which does help me out because it does get him into the with the buffeted by sand, he will be getting into the red area, which is very, very helpful. After he goes for the Psyshock, and that's just going to do Psyshock. It does an okay chunk. It is resisted, so it doesn't do that much. But here we both get hit with that, and I knew he was going to switch, so I went straight for the recover. And so kind of expecting that, I just went for the recover. I knew that he would just kind of try and scare me out with the bug typing, which normally I think it really would have, but I do think I make the switch here. either make the switch or take the U-turn. I'm pretty sure I take the U-turn, though. Yeah. I am not thinking this late. No, he goes for the bug buzz. Oh. But I will die to that just because this thing wasn't really meant to be that bulky. It was just kind of there as a stall set. But yeah, so I bring in Kurama just trying to scare it out. And that's Kurama. She is very beautiful, don't you think? Nine-tailed fox. But yeah, if you guys don't get the manga reference, well then, shame on you. Now I know Kurama in the manga is a guy, but I wanted to make it a female. So yeah, there's that. Now he's gonna go into Kadora. Now expecting the switch, I do go for the Wisp, and I miss it, which is sad. But here I am going to go for the Energy Ball, which is gonna be very, very helpful. Which I thought it would be helpful. But it does nothing. It does less than a third. Very horrible. As he tags me with the Toxic, which just, it's not chill. I'm going to try and scare him out here as I go into my Maggie, which is my Meganium. Because I just want to scare this thing out. I'm hoping to get rid of Kadora, or just kind of, hopefully, outspeed and get off a Giga Drain. But that isn't what happens. That is not what happens at all. Watch this. Here Maggie comes in, being all happy, just saying, "Hey y'all, I'm Maggie, how you doing?" And he's just gonna roar me away, be like, "Roar, you meanie. I'm so mean, I'm gonna get you out of here. Just leave." And yeah, that happens. So, and now I'm into my blaster. This is my Mag Mortar, and it is carrying the T-Bolt, which is very, very, very good. So yeah, T-Bolt, very helpful. Now that T-Bolt's there, well, that is not going to be a very happy, that isn't going to be a very happy Kadora now, is it? So now Kadora is looking kind of sad, and he's going to roar me out again. And he's going to roar me into my Arcanine, Wolfie. Which I'm not too happy, I'm not too sad with because it does have the priority extreme speed. So I am pretty okay with that. So I'm just going to go straight for the extreme speed here, knowing that it probably won't kill, but just to have a solid 2-hit KO next turn. Like that. So here it comes. The extreme speed starts happening here, and this thing is just bulky. So very, very bulky. As he tags me with the Toxic. So yeah, now my people are looking very, very poisoned. Wolfie's poisoned. Kurama's poisoned, and that's where things stand at right now. As I go for the Flare Blitz, not the extreme speed, because I just wanted this thing dead fast as possible, so I go for the Flare Blitz. Now I know that Flare Blitz will do a lot, won't do too much with the recoil, or at least I didn't think it would. But, as we all know, normally when I say something won't happen, it usually does. So, hey, not too much recoil. I honestly thought it does. I thought it did a little bit. But yeah. Well, whatever the case is, that happened. It's dead. So he's going to go into Baron, and he's going to go for the close combat. And that is going to be horrible for me. So that close combat happens, and I live it with 20 HP. And here's where I get a great play. Now this thing is physically offensive and very, very offensive, and I go straight for the Will-O-Wisp, trying to tag in what it wants, and I get it. So yeah, that thing's tagged, and it is cut, and that burn will matter, because it does cut his attack down to 1/4. So yes, Wolfie does die, but she does leave a little bit of a gift for us. So thank you, Wolfie, you are very, very helpful. And yeah, now I go into Maggie, just going to Giga Drain. I'm not going to overpredict. I just thought he may want to leave it in as fodder, but no. He withdraws it, and he brings in Genova, as I get to tag it with a Giga Drain, which is very good. But it really doesn't help my case at all, because I make a very, very dumb play. Because I knew he was going to go for the cover, I should have gone for Giga Drain, but instead of doing that, I made a very bad play and go in for the Aromatherapy. I was trying to cure Kurama. So Kurama is all feeling better now. And Geneva is going to get about half health. And here's where I make another dumb play. I switch into Blaster, hoping just to kind of T-bolt this thing in the face. Wait, no, I set up Leech Seed. I'm so sorry. I set up Leech Seed, and it's going, and I think this thing is running Magic Guard because it does not take any damage from that as he decides to set up the Calm Mind. Now this does increase your special attack and defense by 1 stage, and I get my lefties recovery. So now my lefties are fine and my health is looking fine. So instead of so now here it is, Blaster. But I go for a fighting type move on this thing, which is so stupid. Fighting types should not. Why do I even have a fighting type on this thing? I do not know. But yeah, here's Focus Blast. For all those who want to log this in the failure book, please feel free to do so, because it very much so deserves it. But yeah, that was a horrible play on my part. That is going to have a very big effect on the outcome of the battle. These next couple of plays really do matter, as he just decides to murder me with a Psy Shock, which is very good. So yeah, that's one dead Magmortar. Now Kurama comes back in, and I think I just go for Fire Blast. I think I go for Fire Blast here, and I hit it. There we go. That's very good. And I think that does. Yep, that does a little. That does a little over half, just because it's in the sun. I want to say. And yeah, so that is one dead Kurama. Kurama, you helped me out a lot. Maggie. You helped me out so much in the very end of this battle. Giga Drain. Just a Giga Drain gets the crit, which is amazing. So that really does help out, because that would have just been, that thing would have just swept. That thing did sweep through my team. So he brings in Hippowdon just to give the weather and fodder, I think. Weather fodder. Just kind of like for the greater good, I believe. So yeah. I'm going to Giga Drain that, and that is one dead Hippowdon. So Hippowdon is dead, and we are coming to the final rounds of this game. Now Maggie's starting to take damage from the sandstorm again, but her leftovers will counter-react that, as he goes into Terrakion, Baron, I ought to say. Now he has 2 Pokemon left. One is Burned, and one is Gensect. He goes for the Swords Dance as I go for the Giga Drain. I think he was doing that just to get his HP back, which will help him out a lot, because that Swords Dance does raise it by 2 stages as I cut it into Force. So yeah, this is going to be a very good, solid 2-turn kill. Just 2 Giga Drains, and that was it. And that was all Baron wrote. So Baron's dead, and he has Gensect at... No, Baron isn't dead. Baron gets off a close combat, bringing me down to about half HP, I want to say. A little under or over... Yeah, a little under... I want to say just at half. I'm not even sure. But yeah. Baron is going to die to my Giga Drain as I do get my health back. So I think it does all together just come up to about a third. Yeah, so this is a good game here. There is nothing I could do. Because even if I do go for the Giga Drain, his Gensect comes in with the Bug Buzz and murders me. So that is a good game. I do lose this match against Necrostevo, but that was just such an amazing match. I love this thing so much. I love the Sun team. Like, it was very experimental, and I'm just so happy with how it turned out. It does have very, very good coverage, and I am just very happy to have made this team. So, yeah, as always, the channel link will be in the description. Please give me a like if you liked it. Give me a sub if you want to sub me. And honestly, just keep on looking out for more videos. This has been Random Man 784 here, and I am signing off.